Hello, welcome to Needing a Meeting. My name is Carol. I'll be your host today, and I see that everybody's here having a meeting. That is awesome. Uh, Woo. Hi, Seven Sun. Hi, Rolling Stone. Hi, Misha. Hi, Henny. Hi, CK. Let's see. Anybody I'm missing here? The gang's all here. Good to see y'all. Hi. I have people coming to get one of the puppies tonight. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. Let me put the link out here so y'all can come in if you want to. I know that Christy isn't feeling well, and I'm sorry that she's not feeling well. Okay. I will definitely read the first few comments. Let's see. Okay. Starting back at the beginning, and here is a link. If you guys want to come on into the room here to talk in quote unquote person. All right. I'm going to start here. Hey guys, I want to extend a great big thank you to everyone who helped out last night, especially Carol. Thank you. Who was so awesome as to take the time out to let us borrow her channel. The mix-ups were mine, no problem. But the love came from everyone. I'm so thankful to be a part of this awesome community. I'm going to be taking some time off of social media for a little bit. Like an addict, I don't know how well I will be able to hey, LOL. Yeah. But I am at least going to slow way down. If you don't see me much, no worries. It's just something I need to do for me, I think. I love this meeting and all of you amazing peeps so much. Take all the time you need, CK says. Are you okay? CK, thank you. Misha says, I'm going to be, I think. I'm looking at the positives and rearranging the negatives. Right on. Hello, Misha. Says Rolling Stone, I'm doing what you need to do to care for yourself. It's good to see you. And Steve is here. Hello, Steve.
Hi.
How are you? I'm so happy.
I'm doing okay. I I got a call from the electrophysiologist today saying that on the 19th, for 4.5 minutes, my heart rate was 165 or higher.
Oh,
So that's not good.
no, that isn't good. Was that today?
No, yeah, they called me today.
Uh-huh.
But that it happened on the 19th. Why am I not getting?
Click on the camera icon there on the below the screen there. At least that's where it shows up on where I see it from. Underneath the screen where you can see us, and
Yeah.
there's a camera icon there right next to the microphone. Click on that.
Oh, that one. That camera.
Well, now I still don't see you, but that's anyway. I'm gonna. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't see you. Is all.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. All righty. Well, shoot, Steve. Do they have something in place to do something about that when that happens?
Yeah. If it happens again, I'm supposed to go down to emergency.
Okay. Are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm home now.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad to see you. At least see you. You know what I mean. I
Yeah.
can't see you, but I'm so
Good to
glad.
hear you.
Yeah, and to hear you. So one of my puppies may be selling today.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, the people are on their way now. They live about 2.5 hours away, and they are on their way. They say. So I may have to jump up and go get their puppy for them.
How come this isn't working right?
Yeah, how come? Well, while we're maybe trying to figure that out, Misha wanted me to read these comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll keep reading. Rolling Stone says, "Hello, Misha. I'm glad you're doing what you need to do to care for yourself. It's good to see you." Hello, CK. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Rolling Stone. How are you? Rolling Stone says, "I am going through some of that same thing, trying to fix what's wrong with me and count my blessings so I can." Sorry, and then a Rolling Stone says, "Sorry I didn't hang around last night. I have a cold and it was a long weekend. I'm dealing with a family crisis as well, but it's all good. We're here where we need to be." Yes. I'm wanting, says Misha, to realize that there is nothing wrong with me. That's right. And I can't be fixed, but there are things that I have been doing that do not necessarily work for me. Those are the things I need to see. Yeah. Henny says, "Awaken, CK, Rolling Stone. Great to be here with you. Good to see you, Henny." Most of us, let's see. CK says, most of us are, don't you think, Stone? It's hard figuring out the answer. You know what? Yesterday, I got up a little bit earlier than normal. And I don't know, I was just feeling like something was off. And so I started journaling, and I could not for the life of me get to the root of what that was. I don't know, my son was having a bit of a hard time, and we didn't really get a chance to talk per se. I think that he and I talk better when it's just he and I.
Yeah.
And we were watching that movie that Jim Carrey made about Andy Kaufman back in,
Oh, yeah.
Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
And but I just needed to be present, you know what I mean? And he was having a hard day, so I don't I think it's his second Christmas that he has not gone to his family, adoptive family, and for Christmas. And I'm wondering if that's maybe starting to get to him. And I don't, like I said, I don't have a way to get an answer to that at this moment. But even though he has had his issues there, they were the only family that he knew for years in the formative years of his life, and nobody's going to be perfect. So I'm wondering if it had, if what I was feeling was something to do with something that he was feeling. I don't know. Ben was talking about that last night, about how, sometimes when we go into an area, we start feeling things and they're not us, And I think that, people that have empathy, that's something that happens. And I don't know. I don't know if it's for somebody here or if it's for somebody in my immediate family, but I didn't really feel like it was about me per se, if that makes sense. And let's see. And Kenny,
Hello.
hey, how are you?
I'm all right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. I don't know what's happening now, but so I've got two Steves going here.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
it looks like a
Hello.
Looks like an interdimensional,
Portal of some kind.
bad dream. Can you
Hi,
see
Steve. How
my?
you doing?
Hi, honey. Can you see my picture or no?
No,
I
I see
cannot.
camera with a line through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I see too. I clicked on that other icon, hoping that it would be a picture of you, but it's just a picture of your screen for some reason. See if there's a way. Go into settings and see if there's a way to flip your camera around. I don't know. I don't know why it would do that. That's weird. I've never seen that before.
Hi, everybody in the chat. Henny, Rolling Stone, Seventh, Nisha, and Sarah. There we go. That's who I can see right now. Hi, everybody. And if I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry. Hi.
Well, I was going through the earlier part of the chat, but I'm going to get behind if I keep going. Did I get to the one you wanted me to get to, Misha? Let me know.
Give me 1
Hi,
second.
Anik. Welcome. Hi, Seventh. Hello, Sarah. Welcome back. Okay. So, okay. Are you still here? Are you still here, Stacia? Okay.
I brought bad thetans into the chat for some reason.
We must have made some Thetans pretty angry last night. All these meetings. Okay. All right. You're going to be, well, before you leave, Misha, Awakened, did I get to the comments you wanted me to get to? Just let me know that. If I missed something that you wanted me to highlight, let me know. And I will try to find it.
I apologize. I had a knock on the door.
Oh, okay. How are you doing?
Me?
Yes.
I got extremely overwhelmed last night. I'm still a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it was a grateful overwhelmed. It's not a bad overwhelmed. I'm just not used to it.
Right.
So, little man got 6 presents yesterday at 9:30 at night from the shelter and from people who wish to donate.
Oh.
And I got 4 presents. And I was asked to do a little list for him, and that was wonderful. So I kind of expected maybe 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
But everything he put on his list and more got given to him. And then for me, there was a whole self-care box. I got a massage, a 2-hour massage, a $50 gift certificate to one of the nicest restaurants in the area. It was just overwhelming. That's all. And then today I had my doctor's appointment, and I sat and I talked to the doctor for an hour. She looked at Wee Man as well because his fever still hasn't broken.
Okay.
So she looked at Wee Man as well, but an hour interview, and she goes, "There's no way that you're bipolar. There's no way."
Wow.
So I will have that note for court. Yes.
And she
yes.
made a note for you?
She will be. She said she just can't get it done until the 28th because right now they're super short-staffed over the holidays.
Okay.
Plus, nurses and like any service professionals right now in Quebec are still on strike.
Oh.
So anybody who's working is still striking an hour a day.
Oh.
So there's already little staff because of the strike. Now add in a skeleton crew because of Christmas. I know it's going to take a couple days, but she's just like, I'll email it to you when it's done. I'll make sure it's translated into English, and you'll get a copy in French for the judge. But it's all going to be there. And I'm beyond grateful for that.
That's amazing. I'm glad you got a good
right? Yes. And then she said I needed an MRI and an ultrasound on my shoulder.
Oh.
So she started moving it around, and I didn't realize how much I had lost mobility in my right side.
Is that the side that got slammed in the? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Well, technically, yes.
That?
Yeah. Technically, I got slammed in the right, and then that was the lightest, and then the middle was like the medium strength, and this side was the hardest. It was 3 separate ones, and I was getting in the door to get to Wee Man. So this side, she's nervous about a little bit of nerve damage because my hand's been going numb. But
Whoa.
that's, you know what, I can deal with that because that's laparoscopic surgery.
So there may be some nerve damage there, huh?
Yeah. So it's just more things to put onto my file, which is, that's not the greatest news about my shoulder, but at least I'm getting it looked at. At least I'm making the effort because it's my dominant side. I can't lose my dominant side.
No.
So I'm making the effort to make the steps. And she said, even if we have to transfer your file back to Ontario, because she knows I'm trying to get back, she said that she will personally talk to an orthopedic surgeon over there.
Okay.
So,
okay.
all in all, good news and a lot of gratefulness, and just I didn't expect this much good news and gratitude in 2 days. That's all.
Yeah. How and
Yeah.
Seventh was asking, how is Wee Man? He wanted to know. Still got
So
a fever?
I'm alternating between ibuprofen and acetaminophen. He's still got a fever, and they said 3 days, and then not to even call in, just go straight to the emergency room.
Okay.
So we'll give it, today at noon was 24 hours, so give it 2 more, well, today, 2 more afternoons, and then if it's not any better by, so tomorrow is the 27th, by the 28th at around lunchtime, then I'm taking him straight to the hospital. But I have a feeling it's just whatever's going around, to be honest. Everything kicks his butt really hard. Everything.
Oh, poor Wee
So,
Man.
yeah. And he's got it in, oh my God. So I'm using his headphones because they bought him brand new Skull Candy headphones to connect and everything. And he's so extremely happy with them. And he's like, you can use mine now. I'm like, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then can I see your Pikachu? He asked for a small little Pikachu. And this is the size it came.
Wow. That
Aw.
looks like the kind you win at the carnival.
Right? So he's lethargic, but you can see the happy, you can see the gratitude, just extremely lethargic.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you had a good Christmas.
Same. I was a little bit nervous. It was like, oh my God, you got an iPad from your father, and I got you like 3 small gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was super nervous and feeling insecure about that, but I didn't need to. I honestly didn't even need to do that, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of gratefulness last night, and I just didn't know how to express it. And I'm okay crying around you guys. That's not a problem, but I don't know these people like I know you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't cry right now. Like, I ended up calling my daughter and like bawling with her on the phone. And she's like, just show me everything. Show me everything that you guys got. And then I jumped on stream right after.
You guys were getting back.
Yes.
That is so good.
It's refreshing, and it's like, I can be a good mother. I can be a good friend. I'm worthy of these things, and I'm capable of doing them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, thank you, everybody. Yeah, so it's just overwhelmed.
Yeah. In a good way, it sounds like.
Yes, in a good way. And I can't complain, which is nice. And I woke up yesterday too, went to bed Christmas Eve, scared. And I woke up feeling strong and grateful, even though he wasn't here.
Okay.
I knew I was going to get him a few hours later, you know, but I woke up with a whole level of gratitude, and I went, you know what? I've reconnected with friends. I've made new friends, and I have chosen family now. I have gotten, like, my biggest thing is I've gotten my autonomy back.
Yes.
And that alone was just earth-shattering to me Christmas morning, good way. Earth-shattering Christmas morning, being like, I have my autonomy back. It didn't hit me until Christmas morning.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So it feels good.
Sometimes that takes years to have an emotional connection with getting that back.
Yeah.
I mean,
and somehow I've managed to already feel it, which is, I guess it shows me the work that I'm doing, right? It shows me the effort that I'm putting in. It shows me that I'm more than capable. And then I know it sounds stupid. I knew I wasn't bipolar, but having a doctor say that.
Yeah. So where did that come in? Where did the bipolar bit come in?
It was 2019. And I had basically snapped and put Tinder on my phone for the first time. We're polyamorous. He could sleep with women, but the rule was I couldn't have another man in my life. So after multiple women that he almost left me for.
That's not polyamorous. That's bigamy.
Exactly. But I wasn't seeing it that way in the relationship until 2019, and I snapped and I put Tinder on my phone for the first time.
Yeah.
And I ended up seeing somebody for approximately 4 months, and then he helped me stay sober for that 4 months, even though I had my partner being like, no, let's use.
Okay.
And then he couldn't handle the fact that I was saying no, and he couldn't handle the fact that I was creating a better connection emotionally with somebody else.
Yeah.
So he was just like, you need to end it. And out of respect, I ended it. And it devastated me because now I wasn't sober anymore. I didn't have that extra support. And he started telling me all of these things that made me look crazy. And I believed them.
And so he was diagnosing you, not a doctor.
Yes. And then I'm taking all of that to my nurse practitioner. And then my nurse practitioner goes, we need to get you into a psychologist and a psychiatrist. And I'm taking all of the information that he's giving me because I'm believing it.
Yeah.
And then they put me on 6 different sets of meds. Finally, Abilify and Prozac were the 2 that fit best. But then I started getting what I call brain snaps. I would lose like a third of a second. I would completely black out for like a third of a second, whatever it is that I was doing. And I'd come back tingly. And people couldn't even tell that this was happening to me.
Oh my God.
So I went back to my nurse practitioner. I said, I don't think I'm bipolar. I think something is wrong because these meds are not working. We've tried multiple meds. Mm-hmm. You've told me I can't up my meds, and that I understand that. I can't up them. But something else has to be the problem. And so we started the process in trying to figure it out. Yeah. And then as soon as that got out to him, we moved. So not only was there like personal isolation, there was the medical isolation and restarting again.
Wow.
So again, it was just, I believed what he was saying. Yeah. I believed that these things that he was saying and that he was the Almighty. And if he was telling me that this was the case and he had more life experience and more blah, 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 whatever, all of the reasons I kept putting in my head. And he kept putting in my head.
Yeah.
Then I was this way. So to have him be the one basically who diagnosed me, because I'm taking all of these things to a doctor and saying, well, my partner's saying this and my partner's saying that. And they go, well, do you believe it? And I said, truly, I don't know. They live with me though. They're seeing it. They're telling me they see it. And that's honestly what I told them when they diagnosed me bipolar.
Andrew's summing it up pretty well. He is an ass. I was going to say something a little more choice, but I'll leave it at he's an ass.
Yeah. And Andrew knows, like, the pregnancy hormones for me cause a really bad postpartum depression.
That's some sick shenanigans he was playing with your life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's some things I'm going to have to untangle because until a doctor told me that it was not bipolar. Oh, yeah.
And I've never even met the guy or seen him.
And I'm grateful that you all hate him. You're on my side. I like it. But like, it's until a doctor said it, I haven't been able to fully untangle or even be allowing myself to untangle that yet. As much as I can hear Christy's story about her own situation,
Yeah.
about misdiagnosis of bipolar,
Yeah.
I could see myself in it, but I couldn't verify it.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional.
And and somebody that's playing those kind of games with your head and with your personhood, your autonomy,
Yeah,
they're working very hard to keep you just surviving from crisis to crisis, running in the hamster wheel.
exactly.
They're doing a call.
And then when you fling off,
Yeah.
and the crazy part is now that I'm starting to be able to just look at it, even since this afternoon,
Yeah.
I see more and more and more all of the cult tactics used on me. And he's just so anti-religious because the cult that he was in was very religious.
Yeah.
God will provide. None of them works. God will provide. So he was so anti-religious that even my beliefs, I kept pushed down. I kept myself from connecting with my own spirituality because I would either get made fun of or just told that, how can you think that this exists because of blah, 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 blah. Because I believe in Wicca.
My brother used to do that to my sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
And her spirituality runs very deep for her.
Okay.
And for somebody to, I can't even deal with somebody doing that to somebody.
And again, I didn't even untangle that until I was told today. I wasn't even able to separate it.
You say they're playing games, but that just isn't strong enough of a phrase.
Yeah.
No.
That's
right. That's true.
It
feels like full-on brainwashing. Like the amount that I am untangling and refiguring things out, it feels like full-on brainwashing.
Yeah.
So I know the grateful happened in the last couple of days. Oh man. Okay. I know the grateful came, and I now know I'm going to have this cycle. If I'm good, and then I'm going to be devastated. I'm good, and then I'm going to be devastated. But the cycle's getting easier because I know that devastation isn't going to last.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm able to bring it back up into good. Whereas, a month and a half ago, I wouldn't have even been able to say, oh, there's a cycle there. I was just like, no, I'm devastated. I don't see how there's going to be any happiness. So I'm trying to look at those things, the progress I've made, because if I look at that progress, I'm able to tell myself, I know it's just going to get better from here. I know it's just going to get a little bit easier every single time I go through the cycle.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's amazing, Stasia.
Thank you. I just saw one for CK and her husband. I'm trying to understand what's happening. Okay, that's right. For the biopsy today.
Yeah. So
yeah.
good to
So it's oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to log in for you.
Well, Mom, just use my phone.
You're going to have
it's super,
log in with another device?
Super
okay, here, let's try. I'm sorry. He's asking for me to log into his Minecraft. Not Minecraft, sorry, Roblox.
I don't... my ex is dead now, and I did not cause it. My ex is dead now, and I did not cause it, but it was darn close after 11 years of lies. She was saying up here, I don't see you as beating yourself up, but, you believed a pathological liar. They are very good at manipulating us until you have no idea what's true and what isn't. Mm-hmm.
Well, and to be honest, I thought I was the pathological liar. I was told I was. This is the hard part, is everything, and this is the hardest part for me.
if you were telling a falsehood.
Exactly. But he had his own narrative in his head, and he'd be like, but I know, and I've been through so much. And it's like, but that's not my intention. That's not
Yeah.
at all what I said either.
Yeah.
So, and for a long time, it's like, well, this is how people take it, he's going to take it the wrong way, and that's okay. I can just try and correct it at some point in time.
Wow is right.
Let me see it. Thank you.
So Wee Man Papa Bear says hi.
Papa Bear says hi. Steve. Retry.
CK, be
So what?
careful out on the road.
There you go. And then how do we do this? We have to take a picture? I don't know how to do this, but we'll figure it out. Sorry, I'm going to try and do tech at the same time.
Yes, Sarah, that's it. That is part of gaslighting. That's right.
Yeah, and I didn't even know. And I'm like, you're gaslighting me. And then he would lose it, but I wasn't even talking about that aspect of gaslighting.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, my man. And it was just like, well, now I know why. I know why you were blaming me for all of these things. Because it wasn't me and you were projecting it all.
Yeah.
And I was able to say that before, but now there's a whole new level of understanding it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing. It's truly mind-blowing. And like I had even said to Mandrew, like the last time, or Mandrew or Addison, my daughter, or either one of them, I can't remember now. I was so overwhelmed. But I said to one of them, like, I haven't gotten self-care gifts in ages. And just to be able to get those self-care gifts, like the last ones I got was the last Christmas that we were a poly-triad with his ex-wife. Because she was the one purchasing my gifts. It wasn't him. Yeah. And then the year that it switched, it was like, well, you need a winter jacket. So I'm going to get you a winter jacket. And it's like, but I wanted to pick that out. I didn't want somebody else to buy that for me.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what I'm able to unpack now.
It is.
There you go. You're better now? Got it? Okay.
I'm so grateful you're not having to, go through months and months and years of confusion before you're starting to see the light on this stuff. I'm so thankful.
I think, you know what? I did it for so long in the relationship. I would be strong and I would cause an argument and I would speak up for myself.
Yeah.
And then I would be convinced. So you know what? I think I did a lot of the prerequisite work in the relationship.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a counselor for 3 months before leaving. Mm-hmm. And she's even offered to testify and be like, here's the change that I saw in her in this period of time. And I would get strong after talking to her, and then I would have a conversation and be like, oh, no, I'm the one who's wrong. And then it's that whole cycle going on.
Let's get him on the show.
Well, we have to wait for his order to be released or finished.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can't even converse with one another.
What does that mean? The order?
He's got a restraining order.
PPO, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a restraining order, and it's already been violated once. So if it's violated again, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And it goes straight to a judge. Whereas right now I'm waiting for it to go to the Crown prosecutor, which is basically like, what do you call them in the U.S.? The public side of it.
Carol, I'm going to try to go out and go back in one more time. And if this doesn't work, I'll lurk in the chat or something.
Either way, Steve, either way, whatever you want to do, I'm happy to have you here.
All right.
And I'm really happy to hear your voice. Really happy.
Yes, you sound good. Are you feeling better?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I am.
And Chris is here now. Hi. It's not Minecraft Christy. It's the Lord Kiss Freak, the Kiss Band. That one. I showed Minecraft Christy your little wolf last night, though, when you were sleeping.
Oh, Henny, Misha is awakened by the looking glass's reflection. And Plant Freak is Stasia.
That is me.
And I'm not either one of those. I'm still a targ herder.
And you have a puppy going today, right?
Yes.
How does that feel for you?
Well, pretty good because they're excited. I don't,
Okay.
as long as they go to places where they're going to be loved and adored, I don't care. I mean, I care, but that's what I want for them. They're going to get better attention on the one-on-one,
Yeah. I can understand that completely.
Yeah.
In Mandrew, they're Great Pyrenees. Well, Great Pyrenees and something else, but they are protector dogs, basically.
Oh, I'm following along. I'm following now. Anik says, Henny, no, they just sound very similar. I noticed it too. Okay. Yeah. Stasia, Plant Freak. Awakened, Misha.
Yes. And you know what? I've gone back and Anik told me, she goes, you should really go back and listen one day. And when she told me, I wasn't quite ready to go back and listen. And I've gone back the last couple of weeks. I started going back through videos, and that's holy crap. From the first video to now, what I feel now is so completely different.
Yeah.
And I think I might start doing little shorts or something, because I can do that with my phone. And just little motivational things for myself to kind of keep track of, but put it up on YouTube. Kind of like a little video diary.
Yes. I love that. I love that idea.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. 100%. I have the recordings. It keeps all the recordings of the meetings in Restream. So maybe we can figure out how to do that.
That would be awesome. And I was going to try and talk to Misha and just be like, how do you clip stuff? Because then I was going to try and clip stuff too from previous videos.
So yeah, maybe if the three of us put our heads together, we can figure that out.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, I want to be able to help, but I can't put too much outward energy. I need the inward energy right now, but that little bit of outward energy. I was talking to Karen Lee, quiet girl, and she was saying, just like Tommy, you're going to touch 6 people. Those 6 people are going to touch 6 more people. Those 6 people are going to touch 6 more people. So even though it might be something very small, it's okay because it's just going to keep getting passed on. So.
Yeah. Yes. And Lord knows the world needs more of what you've got.
Thank you. Thank you. Motivation. That's what it feels like now. It didn't feel like it before. It felt like a problem, leaving the situation. It felt like a problem, but now motivation. It definitely is like, okay, no, like I've got a kid with a huge fever right now. Yes, I dosed him up on Tylenol before leaving, but I would have had to call again for him, but they were like, no, we'll take a look at him at the same time. If I didn't motivate myself to bring a sick child with me, he wouldn't have got looked at today.
Right on.
He would have had to wait 2 more days.
Oh.
So, yeah. It's as much as it's free healthcare in Canada, some provinces are very backlogged, and Quebec is one of them because there's so many rules and regulations to becoming a doctor here. The ripple goes in one direction, out. I love that, Sarah.
I look like Brooke Shields from the 80s. Nice.
Love it. Love it.
Pup Groomer says, I'm so grateful you guys were here last night for me. Just talk through my issue.
I'm so happy you opened up.
Before I had to kind of start communicating with the people getting the puppy. So I'll watch the rest of it later on tonight. But that was a great meeting, you guys.
It was, it was so much, it was fun, weird to not have you, because when I popped in, you and Christy had already left. And it was just a little bit weird. And then right away I was like, you know what, I can do this. I can jump onto a screen and I can do this, even without, like, I call you guys my security blankets. So without my security blankets, I can still do it. And it was so much fun to talk to Ben one-on-one, like see his face and hear his voice. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Really, really fun.
Yeah. I loved it.
While he was,
sites. Yeah.
yes. And then pup groomer, I was so extremely happy that she had opened up about her stuff because I can't imagine holding that in. I really can't. And I know I did in my own personal side of things. And her kids are so much better trained, let's put it that way, for the situation. And I'm just realizing that how my father is. So now I've got to train my children. It's more work on me right now, but later it'll be easier. So he kind of gave me some guidance and just opening up.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. Really nice. So I appreciate that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're going to have to navigate that if they're going to have anything to do with him.
Yeah. And my daughter doesn't really do any direct contact with him.
Mm-hmm.
So then I always feel guilty right around Christmas or birthdays or her graduations this May.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel that guilt, and I'm gonna try and reach out and say, hey, are you gonna do anything for this? And then it's going to bring on a conversation because I almost feel like I have to take that conversation to receive what's been given.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds backwards, I understand, but that's how my father taught me. And I need to rewire that. I definitely need to rewire that.
Yeah.
And it's not my responsibility to reach out. If he's not going to send anything, he's not going to send anything. So be it.
Yeah.
So be it. I can spend the extra $25, which is, what it was per kid. So be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. I think that, just you being there is the main thing.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. Like even with his cold today or this fever and everything today, like I got up and did my normal thing, made a coffee, went outside, then came downstairs and he was like, no, I did not like the fact that you were not here. You need to be here. So I was like, okay, we've got an extra sucky boy and that's perfectly fine because I'll take all of the suckiness.
Yeah.
Especially now that he's getting more independent.
Okay.
And I did get a tiny sneak peek of your son yesterday through the kitchen window.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, he's basically like this tall a male version of me. I mean, there's no mistaking whose kid he is.
I love it. I love it.
And he has Jesus hair and a beard. Other than that,
I was going to say it looked like a Carol Jesus.
I haven't been able to listen, but I just heard from Zinwin. She wanted to say hello and tell Carol she misses you and is going to try to change around so she can start. Good. I love that. I miss her too.
Mm-hmm.
And Anik says, if I can get it, it's starting that lag thing now. The further on into it starts lagging, it's like I hit it like I meant to tell you, Jen, that the fact that your anger is still simmering makes sense. For me, it can be hard to relinquish the anger when there's no opportunity to get resolution with the actual person. Boy, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've now learned through doing our reaction video of Chris's lifeboat interview, you don't need an apology or anything from that person. You just need to hear somebody say, I'm sorry. That is it. And it doesn't have to be that person.
Right.
So, and like just that melted me and I had almost crying at the thought of it again, but you don't need the apology from that person. Just open up to a friend, let a friend tell their story. And then that was enough. That was enough. And I was able to be like, I don't care if he has to say sorry anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even want it from him anymore. So that's the incredible thing.
Yeah.
I find that you don't need it from that person. You just need it in general.
That's a revelation to me.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm doing so much better with it because, I've had you guys here supporting me, getting back to whatever version of myself I'm going to be from here,
Yeah. Exactly.
And Chris says you're welcome again, Stasia.
Yeah, I melted and messaged him immediately after the stream. I was like, I need to discuss this.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Because, y'all have all reached out, in the appropriate way. Yes, it was as awful as even though I know it was as awful as I knew it to be, there's still some of that part of you when you grew up with somebody like that doubts,
And I think I don't know, I'm still so fresh in it, but I feel like that doubt is going to be there because of how deep they burrowed into your brain, how deep they burrowed into your psyche.
Yeah. 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 Lordy.
Yeah. Yeah. Just an understanding voice saying thank you. And I'm able to, I never thought I was going to be able to, but I'm able to accept male kindness. I thought I would always question it.
Yeah.
And I just learned what I want in it. That's all. And if I'm not getting it, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. And like not in a relationship manner at all, but I'm getting back to the point where I just don't see gender, which is so nice. It is so nice to not break it apart and be like, oh, this is this. This is no. It's nice to be getting back to my own core beliefs and just being able to accept kindness from, and I'm sorry, I call it male species because, I'm a nerd, but from the male species, it's incredible and it's enlightening for me because it's a mindset that I don't have. And sometimes I need to hear that mindset because yes, I don't see gender, but females have a certain way of thinking, males have a certain way of thinking. And when you combine the two together, you're able to get some great answers.
100%.
So I think I'm going to try and look for, at first, I'm working with female counselors, but I think I'm going to try and find a male counselor eventually.
Yeah.
So that I can process that a little bit more. But
sorry, my dog is distracting me. She can get out of any enclosed. One of the puppies is out.
Go run. Go run.
Let's see.
A puppy got out. Remember the little puppies that we see videos of? Yeah, one of the little puppies got out.
What? Okay.
They live on a farm, so it's more like an enclosure. It's like when we see the horses and the cows when you drive in the country, the big fences and the big lawns, like that. That's all. Look at the puppy! Oh my goodness! Look how big he is. Where's she?
They are so
What
big.
size are he?
Big old chunks. Big old chunks. Look at that tail. Whap, whap, whap.
Oh my goodness.
When they're grown.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, they have been my dream dog.
How do you not cheer up when there's a puppy afoot?
Right? Right? And when you get a second, Christy asked for the link, I believe. Sorry, just double checking.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And you know what? We do need to apologize to ourselves. You're right, Misha. We need to be able to say sorry to ourselves to be able to move forward because I was not making any progress until I was able to fully and truly say sorry to myself.
I know it.
Oh, the little lines.
It's good you on.
Oh my goodness.
They're
Of course, my daughter wants one of these. They've been my dream dogs since I was in foster care. I started watching dog shows.
Yeah.
And I wanted to start being the individual that did the running around, the dog ring, showing them off. And Great Pyrenees were the ones that I wanted.
Yeah.
So of course, she's my daughter.
They are little loves. They really are. They are so tough physically, but emotionally they are just little. They're little marshmallows, just like their little color of their fur.
Yeah.
So sensitive.
I love that. I love that. It's like I wanted a emotional support animal, and then the universe gave me a super anxious dog. So I was like, oh look, an anxiety dog who has anxiety.
Love this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, your cats are absolutely adorable.
Ooh, good point. Oftentimes it's something like, I'm sorry you felt that way, but you're wrong. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
pardon my language, but F that.
Yeah.
I'm having to
Yeah.
keep my eye on the mom just to make sure she doesn't go running crazy.
That's fair.
She
Yeah.
can get out of anything. I can't, I don't even, I'm just trying to train her where she needs to be if she gets out,
Yes.
which is
And
what,
eventually you won't need to worry about her.
yeah.
Eventually she'll know exactly where she can go and where she can't go.
Yeah. Oh.
Pup groomer, he's a Bernedoodle, Bernese Mountain Dog Poodle Cross. And the last time he was weighed, he was 126 pounds in 18 months. So I haven't seen him in a couple of months, but he's doing good. My groomer keeps checking on him. And she said he got much wider, like his chest really filled out. He was in like that skinny, lanky teenager stage, and now his chest is really starting to broaden out, more like the Bernese. Yeah. And he's got the Bernese eyes. Like you look at them and they're human. Like you can just tell everything he's feeling through his eyes.
I so should have had them as my neighbors, LOL. Soft puppy, warm puppy, little ball of fur. Yes.
Yeah.
Puppy, warm puppy, little ball of fur. Happy puppy, silly puppy, purr, purr, purr.
I'm still amazed how calm he's just sitting there.
Yep. They are, I can tell they're very intelligent. I mean, at 8 weeks, at 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, they have just shown such intelligence.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable.
I love watching them grow, especially from the tiny, tiny little stage, the just newborn,
Yeah.
until that about 2 month mark. And then that 2 month mark, I'm like, okay, I got you for one more month and I need you gone. And pup groomer, yes, he definitely has the poodle anxiety. So I started doing brain games with him. I made him a snuffle mat, and I take a bunch of hand towels and I put treats in them and I tie it into one great big ball, and it takes him about an hour to entangle and get the treats out of it. But as soon as I'm able to get his brain working, he's okay. He could care less really on the exercise part. Of course, he loves going for walks. Of course, he loves going for a run, but it's not working the piece of him that he needs worked for that anxiety to come down.
I'm a huge advocate of mixed breed dogs for intelligence. Come on up here, come in. And physical health. Yeah, these guys are 75% Pyrenees and a quarter Anatolian Shepherd.
Anatolian Shepherds are beautiful too. My goodness. Again, I used to just sit there and watch dog competitions.
Yeah.
My whole 14 and 15, or 14, 15, those 2 years. It's like, I'm going to be one of those.
Knows more about this, but I remember seeing something about how dogs have the ability to change depending on the circumstance. I freaked once when it happened with my Daxi Pooter. Okay. So I'm trying to understand. Awaken, can you elaborate on apologizing to yourself? Okay. Yeah, let's get this up here. Misha, can you elaborate on apologizing to yourself? Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Do you want me to apologize, on apologizing to myself? Or is that what was being asked?
Just explaining that. And I think she was asking it from Misha. Hi, Christy.
Okay.
Heart, how are you?
I'm feeling a little better after my nap. And I wanted to apologize for yesterday because I got a really important phone call that I needed and I had to take about the situation that I mentioned earlier. And I was hoping to be back, but I wasn't. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry. But over the next year, especially the next month, I might be hopping off like that pretty quick. So if I ever do that, please just know it has nothing to do with any of you all. It's because it's really important, and I've got to take it as it comes in. But I I did feel really bad that I
Well,
just
Please
let.
don't feel bad about taking care of you and your family. Eventually, I popped in, so I tried to I saw that there was Nisha and Ben. At first, I didn't recognize Ben, and I messaged Chris, and I'm like, who's the second person on the stream? Because I feel like an idiot. And then he's like, I looked back after, and it said Ben's name there, and I'm like, oh, look,
Uh-huh.
it was user error. I literally just didn't even read it.
Nice. Um, yeah. So good. Well, I have nothing on. This is just my sick face. So sorry.
Okay, but do you have a fever, or is it just all stuck in the head, or?
No, well, for right now, it's just all right here. I mean, I don't have a fever, but I am a little, I'm a little hot. No. So being out here does feel good. The cool air does feel good. I don't know for sure what it is. Like I said yesterday, I was around someone who had uh, the vid and influenza and a cold.
do
So
you have,
it could
do you
be
have tests to test for
my
COVID?
neighbor. Yeah, my neighbor does. They said that I could borrow. Hey, Rolling Stone. Hey, Awakened. Hi, everyone. Um, she said if I need one, I can have one.
Okay.
So I'll probably wait a few days and see how I'm feeling. If it's feeling more like a cold, I might not do that, but we'll see. So I've got
Mm-hmm.
two different drinks. I've got honey and cayenne pepper in hot water.
Ooh,
To kind of the cayenne pepper helps to, kind of get your metabolism going and stuff like that. Helps with pain a little bit, and the honey just kind of cuts your throat or coats your throat. And then the hot pepper just melts it out. And then I got my coffee. So we'll
and
see.
Anique says there is nothing to apologize for, Christy. You jumped in and with virtually no notice and took charge. It was awesome, and you are awesome.
Oh, well, thank
Great,
you. Thank you.
great. I've been able to
Um,
watch most of it. I, uh,
good.
I did end up. One of the puppies is potentially being sold. The people are say they're on their way now. They're having to drive 2.5 hours to come get one of the puppies, but
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah.
wow. Wow. I mean,
When it's the
it was
right dog,
going
you drive.
yeah, the meeting yesterday was
Oh,
going in
oh,
such a good
oh,
direction.
guys,
And
gotta go. All puppies out.
Oh, puppies out! Oh no!
oh no. Oh no. Hey, what are you eating? Hold on. Speaking of dude,
All the
look,
puppies are doing things.
Mikey is eating my charcoal pencil. I'm just gonna let him eat it. I'm too tired to even fight with him. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Um, Steve, it should be up in the chat a little bit further because I know she sent it for me to hop on. So, if you
I
go
don't know
up,
how far up the chat. Yeah.
let's see. It's right after Henny said also cute, and right before Anique said good point. Sarah Matthews. Oftentimes, it's something like, "I'm sorry you felt that way, but you were wrong." Um, so. If that helps you. I don't have any because I'm looking at it on my computer. But
And
how are you doing with your misdiagnosis? Are you
I'm
coming to
untangling
terms?
a lot. I'm
Yeah.
untangling a lot, and I'm seeing
Yeah.
brainwashing, and it's
Yeah.
difficult. It's difficult.
It is, especially when someone does that to you, when they have that much control over you, because that's what happened to me. It's a hard thing, especially when you look back and it, you question yourself to that point, you
Yeah.
know.
And like I
It's
was saying earlier too, it's almost like this burrowing into my psyche and my brain that I feel like I'm always going to now question. I'm always like, I don't know if I'm ever going to have a point where I'm not questioning, was he right?
you will come to a point where you have worked through it on your own, where you don't question like that.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
you're still pretty new out of it, so I can understand why you're questioning. But you will come to a point, and there will get to be a point where you look at it and you say, the questions that you ask will be different. They'll be more self-centered as far as what can I learn from this so that I don't allow this to happen to myself again? And there won't be anything like that, but you'll get there,
Yeah.
because you're seeing all the things that he was wrong about, and so you're going to start really questioning, well, was he wrong about this? Was he wrong about that? And there'll be a
Yeah.
lot of entangling that way.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's just one of those very sick things that they do, and no one has an answer for why they do it. Like, it's not okay, but um,
Yeah.
it kind of
And as
um,
I was saying earlier, I could see myself, like, when you were telling me your story when I first started coming on, I could see myself in what you were saying, but there was a bit of a disconnect still because a
mhm,
doctor didn't tell me. I
Yeah.
right.
felt like I wasn't, but a doctor didn't tell me that I wasn't. And it's like as soon as that happened, it wasn't, I can't even say it was a load off. It was like a pressure. Okay,
Mhm,
now it's time to really figure out what is wrong. I know I'm neurodivergent. I've done the
mhm,
DSM-5 tests. We're working on that. But I feel a little bit of like, what is wrong with me to have believed somebody so much?
that's a good title, Rolling
That is a
Stone. I like
great
that title.
title, The Bipolar
I think
Express. That's
I like
amazing. You,
I like it.
Yes,
you had to stuff down even your own intuition, Stasia. Second guessing our
yeah,
inner powers. You will get there, love, says Misha.
Yeah.
Yes, you
thank
will.
you.
You will. You totally will. I mean, you're already light years away from away from it in a way that took me years to get to.
Yeah.
Coming out of a cult, growing up out of an abusive relationship.
Now,
Mhm.
I did have a really lucky factor. You guys already existed, and I just kind of came in. So, because
That's
honestly, if I
okay.
wasn't doing all the talking and all of the expressing and accepting information, it it would not be processing like this. And I know this. I know who I am, and I know my past. No, my brain would not be functioning this well if I wasn't getting support.
Mhm.
You know.
It
Well,
does.
and I think
Yeah.
I I think just willingness to accept guidance is the big thing in life, Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I heard something the other day that I thought was really profound, and it was talking about um uh forgiveness from the other person. And it
Hmm.
said, you want that, but do you need that? Do you need someone to tell you how you felt? Do you need someone to tell you what those feelings did to you and how it affected your life? Um,
Hmm.
and and to apologize for it. Do you know what you're looking for is validation that you were right, that you're not crazy, but you don't need someone to tell you those things because you feel those things. And really what you're looking for is validation of, yes, you were right. And I thought that was really profound, that it's like, you're looking for validation because we all are on some level, it's not a bad thing. But, you don't need someone to tell you, yes, Stasia, you felt this way. Yes, Carol. Yes, Steve, you felt this way. You know how it made you feel. And I thought
Yeah.
that was really a cool um, thing to hear. And I might have misquoted it a little bit, but it was something along those lines. And
I'm
it was,
pretty sure I know the video that you're talking about, and I think I saved it somewhere, and I watched it like 7 times.
Yeah. I mean, I try to send those on to you when I find them. Sometimes if I feel like they, if they hit in a certain way, I'm like, oh, here, let's, so that's a lot of my stuff is just sending stuff. but but it does. And I think a lot of people who are, and perhaps addiction is the same way. I mean, I don't know, somebody tell me, but your brain gets taken from a solid state and turned into like this liquid mush, and
Mhm.
and then you have to get it back to a solid state, and only you can do that, because you're the one who gets to choose who you are going forward. What does
Yeah.
that look like for you? You get to write that story. And and how do you start that? And so it can be um a really difficult thing, and there's a lot that comes with untangling all of that. And for me, that was, why did I allow this to happen to me? Why did I stay so long? Why did I not run sooner? Why did I not protect my kids the way I should have? Why, all of these questions. And that's normal, because, when you're building back who you want to be, you ask those questions so you have answers, so you can understand it, so you can become that person, so you have that wisdom to pass on to other people, you know.
One day I will be helping others, just like Christy.
It's
You
more
are
like,
already
hey,
helping
y'all, I've
others.
messed up so much, let me tell you how I did it.
Well, I think it was you who said, I'm just going to do my best to not mess up that bad again.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see.
Does sound like hard work. Misha says, I've been working on a trauma timeline, though. When I'm finally able to sit down and look at the things that have occurred in my life, I think a total validation and confirmation will be so helpful.
Yeah.
That does sound like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it will. There's no doubt about it. That's, I think that's a great idea as I'm
Hmm.
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm even like, now that I'm reading that, I'm like, that might be a good thing to kind of do and make easier to make counseling too, right? Here.
Yeah. And
Yes.
what great journaling prompts for that too,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
this happened, how did it make me feel? Why? What did I do about it? What am I doing to, not get myself in those situations again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Sorry.
Oh,
Did I?
good.
I just wanted to say I love that concept of Rolling Stone about highlighting the benefits of having a brain that's different, and the famous creative people who were bipolar, like Virginia Woolf.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think that's brilliant. I would watch that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and when you see the world in a different way, um, that gives you a whole different, that gives everybody around you a whole different perspective. And that's what makes life amazing, is everybody seeing things in their own different way, you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't want everybody to see it like me, because it'd be a lot of little hobbit rage.
But wisdoms, Hobbit wisdoms too.
Well, you would get the hobbit rage first, and then you would get the wisdom, but there'd be a lot of little raging hobbits running around.
I think this is really important to say here. You are already helping. I know part of you is still living in it, but you are already helping, Stasia.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. As I get stronger, it's just like the piece of me that is, I want to give to people, but I'm learning the boundaries where I need to stop because I'm going to give too much of myself.
Okay.
That's starting to come back. I'm not afraid of people anymore. Even my
Good.
social anxiety, I'm noticing, is going away. I
Good.
thought that was something that was like with COVID and I was going to have it forever, but the
Nope. It was
situation again.
with a, I don't even know what to call him.
I just call him F head now.
My favorite saying, myself at least once a day, usually more like 10. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. That's why we're here. That's exactly why I do this right here. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to stay sober and get
Mhm.
better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to stay out of a cult and get better.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's the goal. Hi,
Mhm.
Ben. How are you? Oh, my goodness.
See, my
Sorry, I'm
chat.
just trying to get Wee Man to like hydrate at the same time.
Thank you. Thank you for
Oh.
being here.
Mhm.
And Misha says, and I don't need other people's acknowledgement of it, not even explanations of what I did wrong. Well, that would not be helpful at all. The realization that much of my life had nothing to do with my actions. The choice to not let others, oh wow, I'm really behind on the chat, you guys. Ben, you survived. Yes.
Others affect my
Changing
life.
changing on my life daily.
Mm-hmm.
Changing my life on the daily. Yeah. Yeah.
She also said, like Captain was talking about how people question how someone could believe the things cults say. They're experts in gaslighting. It's their power. They
Yeah.
love taking down those with light. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really, that's kind of an unfair question because you could apply that to anything. Why would
Yeah.
anybody be in an abusive relationship? Why would anybody, I mean, that's such a, I think there's a much wiser way to come from that. And for me, what I'm kind of learning is help me understand where you were at emotionally and mentally at that time. Like help me because I'm trying to like psychoanalyze you, but so that I can understand your story.
Yeah.
Like what did that look like for you, when you were going through that? And I think that's a much kinder way instead of how could well, if we've never been there, we don't know how someone could. But we can kindly ask so that we can understand, you know?
Yes. Yes. I like the way that you put that. Just reframing a question. It's very interesting how you can ask the same thing, but it feels a lot floofier when it's reframed into a different way.
And it doesn't feel like it's an assault. Let's just get
Yeah.
Yes.
rid
Yeah.
of
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
and because that's really what it is. It's like help me understand, you know, where you were at that time. Because if I can understand that, I can relate to a point of it, then,
Yes.
maybe maybe I can start to, empathize a little more.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um,
you find every area to possibly empathize, and I like you are an inspiration in that. Just so you're aware, just the way that you are able to like switch everything into okay, how do we find positive? And I think it was
well,
I can't remember who I was talking to earlier, and I was just like, yes, you know what, this may have been a long. Yeah, no, I'm not. My ADHD brain is just going to try and find a name and not find it because I'm on camera. And I was
right.
just like, okay, it may be a negative message, but here, this is what happened to me today. Here's some light, just trying to be like, yes, but
Hmm.
this is the first step. The next step is going to happen. And, it's just my understanding of the situation is able to help others. And I get that. It still is so strange to have the knowledge.
Well, and you know what reframing things like that does too is it trains your brain to see the positive. So when those ants come into your life, you can be like, yeah, but you can take that negative thought and you can replace it with a positive one. How
Yes.
could I be so stupid to stay, for 9 years? Yeah, but you were smart enough to get out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you know and that's how you retrain your brain to be positive. And then at that point you just kind of that's how you start looking at the world. And it,
It's
I mean
wonderful. I just know it feels wonderful.
it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
to have that positive. Let's see. Oh.
Ben, bless
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you went through that. Ouch.
What did Ben do?
Well, it's something to do with peanuts and hot
It
stuff.
was a
And
tube of terror, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh Lord, help
Yeah, and
me
he
to
was
understand why you thought that was a good idea. No.
it was entertaining to watch. You'd like see one go in, and all of a sudden he'd just go silent, and then go a little bit more in the shadow, so that we couldn't see the red happening on his face. It was so entertaining. It was so entertaining.
Wow.
And every single time he'd pop one in his mouth, my grandmother's voice would pop into my head, and she'd be like, "You be burning in two places now, because your mouth, and then you'd be out the other end, right?" And I'm just every single time he did it.
Oh man.
Good. Oh boy. I'm about as spicy as I can handle is a little cayenne pepper, and that's about it. Just a little bit, I can't do some of that stuff I see Tommy and them doing.
Can
I
you
don't even
all hear
like
me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting on my nerves.
The camera thing.
Yeah.
So is there not a camera icon that's highlight? There it is.
Yeah, and I'm clicking on it, and it's
I wonder if your camera is on. Are you on your computer or your phone, Steve?
my computer.
I wonder if your camera's off or something on your computer.
I know on mine, for some reason, if I try to go in through the link that you post first, it won't let me in because of the permissions. But if I come in through the chat, it will let me in. So I don't know what it is. It's something I did on my phone. I just don't know what I did to it.
I don't think it's even you. I have to take it from the Facebook Messenger to open in Chrome, and that's the only way I can do it. So,
Yeah,
and then it allows everything.
I do have an Android phone, so maybe that's it.
All right. Well, let's.
I don't know.
And Misha's asking if you saw her message, Steve, so that maybe you can troubleshoot a little bit with her. I apologize. I'm starting to get a cough, so I'm going to mute myself a lot today.
I was trying to highlight Misha saying, "I love this meeting," because I love this meeting too.
Yes.
moving. It's like I'm clicking and it's already gone up three jaunts.
Oh man, last night the chat was going so fast. I was like, I'm not used to this. I mean, it was cool, but I was like, I'm not used to this, and I'm like, hold on, and I'm looking over here, and I had to tell everybody, I'm like, look, if I'm looking over here, I'm not ignoring you. It's just, this is where my chat is. And I think most of the time I was like this.
Well, now I've got Rowan's phone, so I'm going to try to start figuring out how I can open it up over here, have my stand placed nicely so I can message still in the chat.
Yeah, there you go.
He's just not using it now, so.
Did
Steve,
you hear
I was going to say, Steve Sarah Matthews says it could be a software button thing on the computer, not in the software of the chat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It had to do with maybe your computer on your your camera on your computer.
Peanut pepper?
Did I tell you guys what was wrong with my computer for that whole time?
No, I didn't hear it.
My Wi-Fi button was off. I hit my Wi-Fi.
No.
Look at here. Okay, here we
That's
go.
me. That's me. That's me.
Yes, I see. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I see from your nose up. Let's see.
That is incredible. It was just one button.
What in the world? Now it won't let me shut this. Oh.
Oh, here, I might be able to help with that. Let me see. Let's see if that helps.
Yeah,
think
so
it
that was it. Michael was like, "Is your Wi-Fi button on?" I'm like, "Yes, I know if my Wi-Fi button's on." He's like, "I know you know where it's at, but would you please just check?" And I was like, "It can't be the Wi-Fi because everything else in the house works and the screen's just white, and usually there's this little dinosaur." And he's like, "Would you look?" And I was like, I felt
Perfect.
so dumb.
No, no. It's just like it was that simple fix that you're like, no, the light bulb it needs to be changed, but there's got to be something with the switch. It's not the light bulb, it's the switch or it's the wiring.
Right? Oh my goodness. Um, Shannon's read. Um, yeah, so that was it. So clearly I am not an electronics person.
It's okay. Well, we know now to call Michael.
Just ask me, "Hey, did you hit the Wi-Fi thing again?"
I
Because
call
it was
Misha.
like tiny. So
Okay.
I'm watching for people driving up. Were you here when I said that one of the puppies may be selling?
yeah, you said it would take him a couple hours. Do we need to get off the chat? Do you want to do some breathing and a meditation and hop off so you don't?
Yeah, because I'm going to be going like this from here because they're probably just about here. They're
Okay.
kind of within the time frame that I calculated when they said they were 2.5 hours out.
Yeah.
Does everybody feel like they've had a meeting? Because I don't. I can just tap out and people can keep going if that's something that would be helpful.
I got a little sick human, so I'm probably going to tap out as well. I'm going to try and get some chicken noodle soup in him.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works.
I just
Yeah.
got punched in the face by a laptop. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, and I need to call and see where Michael's at on his journey back home. So
Okay.
He's coming right now?
no, not home here. He went to Corpus Christi, Texas for Christmas, so he's going back to El Paso. No, he still won't be home for another 3 weeks. But so that I don't have to talk so much, let's just do like 5 of the box breathings, and then we'll
Why don't we do the serenity?
yeah, I mean,
Is that
I can do
okay?
box breathing, and then
Because then
I mean,
it
I
gets
don't
you a
know
voice
it.
thing.
I know, sorry, I don't know it to lead it, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
Can we? I could use the meditation myself. If that's
Do you
okay?
have enough time?
Me too.
Okay,
Okay,
all
perfect.
right,
I was
Okay.
worried about voices.
okay, yeah. So, all right, so let's go ahead. We'll do 3 of the box breaths, and then we'll do a little meditation. So go ahead and shake it out and drop into your heart space, whether that's placing your hand on your heart or picturing a small version of yourself going into the area that represents your heart. We're going to do 3 box breathings. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and exhale until our shoulders drop. We'll do that 3 times, and then we'll go into the meditation. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Again, breathe in, hold, and exhale. Last one, breathe in, hold, and exhale. I want you to picture yourself on a ranch in Wyoming. Very beautiful place surrounded by mountains, trees, and the biggest, bluest sky you've ever seen. The wind is blowing gently through your hair, and you're standing on the prairie watching the grasses blow. And you're seeing the animals run and run and run. And a horse comes up to you. And you feel as though he's offering you to get on his back, to feel the freedom that only he knows. So you see that there's a little stump there, and you climb up on him and you're bareback. And you take your fingers and you twist him through his mane, and you sit there. And slowly the horse starts to walk. And then he picks it up a little faster into a trot. The next thing you know, you're loping. And your face is smiling. And the wind is blowing through your hair. And you're feeling freedom like you've never felt. And now you're running. And with each thud of his hooves as they hit the ground, you release something that is no longer serving you. And you release it powerfully. And you release it with force. The force of someone who is letting something go, never ever to come back into their life. And you're going to do this for 10 running steps. So for these next 10 steps, think of what that would be. And imagine forcefully cutting it out of your life forever, tossing it into the strong wild. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Step 4. Step 5. You're already feeling so much lighter. Step 6. Step 7. Step 8. Oh, that one was a hard one to let go. Step 9. Step 10. After you've released these things, you feel the horse beneath you, understanding that you've released him, and he runs faster and lighter than before. And as you look around at all of the beauty of the mountains, the skies, you hear the hawks singing, you see the antelope running, and you feel a freedom that you've never felt before, ever, with the wind rushing across your body and a smile on your face. And you take a moment to thank this beautiful horse for sharing its gorgeous power with you, and a moment to enjoy the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and the lightness that you feel because of this powerful gift that has been given to you by all the animals that Mother Nature, the universe, and God have created. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
I'm happy you guys fought for the meditation because I started crying.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. That's okay. That means you're releasing. That's a good thing. That's
Thank
a
you.
good thing. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I even took y'all to Wyoming.
You
That's
said bareback on a horse, and I got scared.
that's a state that's seriously on my bucket list.
Go to
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Yeah,
I want to check out Wyoming and Montana, those two specifically.
yeah.
Well, before you go, let me know, and I'll tell you the good places. And
Okay.
I'll tell you where to make sure you get gas so you don't run out between the hundreds of miles in between towns before you get there. So, we'll
But
get you
don't
there.
ever bring an electric car.
No, we are really behind. I don't know where you would charge one of those. Wyoming is actually the least populated state in the whole of the United States, by the way.
Okay.
Like it's even least populated than Alaska.
What? I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You can get really cheap car insurance there, though. that reason.
That makes sense.
Got a few people trying to convince me I need to just up and move to the States. So.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you being Diguga? Are you being a good
Hello,
Oh,
Mom.
oh, give your mama kisses. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's enough kisses.
Mom is not Mount Everest. Oh, oh boy. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Oh, I'm a little crooked. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. And journal about how you felt about that meditation. I'm sure something will come out good for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You guys have a good night. Bye.
Night. I'm going to say goodnight too. Get all the, boogers out of my face now and try and get some chicken noodle soup in this dude.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yes. Good night. I love you.
You too.
I don't want to.
You don't want chicken.
I love this meeting too, Misha. I love you guys. You guys just brighten my world. It's like squirrel. There's my now that it's getting darker, my lights that are on me are like showing up in the window reflection over here, and I keep seeing a light. I'm like, there's a light. Ah! Anyway, squirrel. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here. It's not a meeting without you, and I hope to see you the next one. And until then, peace, y'all.